Hello, I'm Ryan Romer, the Global Head of Technology and Open Source at Nearform. Today I'd like to talk about an evolving topic in artificial intelligence, the distinction between open weights and open source in AI models. Now, in the software development community, open source typically refers to software released under licenses that allow anyone to use and distribute the source code. At Nearform, we've worked for decades with projects like Node.js and React and the surrounding ecosystems that release the full source code under licenses like MIT, BSD, or the Apache one. However, when we apply the term open to AI, especially the popular large language models, or LLMs, it gets a little bit more complicated. Let's first clarify a few conceptual terms. Now, model weights are the numeric values that a model uses to convert inputs into amazing generative AI outputs that have wowed us all. You can deploy these and you get a usable LLM service. Training code refers to the scripts used to teach the model and create the weights. And training data is the text, images, audio, and whatever other information is used by the training code to produce the model weights. With this in mind, let's explore the different categories of what that means for AI models. So the first category is closed weights. Companies like OpenAI and Anthropic develop models such as GPT-4 and Claude, which are proprietary. You cannot deploy them yourself and can only use the provider's API services. Next up is open weights, but with restrictions. Here, Meta's Llama models fall into this category. While Meta provides access to the model weights, there are specific restrictions on their use, basically if you are a cloud hyperscaler and competitive. Next up, unrestricted open weights. And these are models like Mistral and the very hyped DeepSeek that are released under real open source licenses, granting broader freedoms and including unrestricted commercial use. However, there is no training code or data provided. So that leads us to the final category, fully open models that provide full training code, data sets, and weights, such as the RedPajama project, allowing full flexibility and modification. So what does this all mean? So at Nearform, our background in open source software allows us to appreciate the value across this spectrum. Now, closed models provide ready-to-use solutions, but come with limitations regarding customization and data privacy. Open weight models offer flexibility and control. However, they do require resources for fine-tuning and deployment. And finally, the fully open models definitely promote transparency and community collaboration, but may involve additional considerations around value and power. Ultimately, the choice between these models depends on your organization's objectives, resources, and risk tolerance. There's no one-size-fits-all answer, and each approach has its merits. As AI models become increasingly more powerful, and we expect that trend to continue, it's important to keep an eye on the AI licensing landscape and its evolution.